like a dog on a chain. I can feel this fire building up a little while, and when check the wire, sure enough it's live, and trying to stop it but I can't. It's calling my name, 'cause I'm back in the saddle like some old cowboy who dug his way out of his grave. Pulled up his boots, put his pull safe on his hip, climbed up and took hold of the rein. take me out.
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. And tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
And they have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Under center, it'll be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
Sliding out of the pocket.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now Darnold.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. First and 10 is a 43-yard line.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
That'll be caught. It's Cup. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now on this first drive. Looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Here we go, set.
Darnold rolling to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Here we go, set.
On 2nd and goal, Darnold. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. That time a 9-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Usually in this spot, you'd hear an offensive coordinator saying, don't feel like you've got to get this all back at once. But here, they give up the opening touchdown and say, no time like the present to show what we can do too. And that's big yardage on their initial play from scrimmage.
Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Evan Ingram from 21 yards away.
And the Broncos are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Riley Moss takes him down defensively.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
This 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. He stiff arms him. Oh, now he bowls him over. And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
That's good for a Seahawks first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Hit and drop behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And complete to Smith and Jigba. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Back to throw, Darnold. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Alex Singleton making the play defensively. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw here. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Broncos are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Now it's Nix. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. pressure the quarterback, and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's Nix.
He's got a man, complete.
He's to the 15.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Marvin Mims.
88 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And oh, it's blocked. And the Seahawks have it. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
But there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry, that's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. First quarter, we'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax. Whoa.
Bad move. Looking to put a drive together. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 2nd down.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 29-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver.
There'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he goes down. It's a sack.
They get it back at his own 3-yard line. Ernest Jones. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Mims in motion right. Another run here with Dobbins. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up with safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Looking to put a drive together. After the interception, here's Darnold. He completes this to Walker. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
To throw is Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. Still fighting. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And that's good for a Seahawks.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Here we go, set.
Play action. It's Darnold. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Alex Singleton, his 2nd sack of the night.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt.
The Seahawks.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. Remember, they had the safety go against them the last time they had it. Fortunately, their defense just forced the punt, So they'll try again as they start 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
They'll start on the ground with Darnold. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated.
3rd down and 10. Working out of the gun is Nix.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 33.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Under pressure, and down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the 1st down marker.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Darnold. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the 1st. We'll see what they've drawn up. They'll toss this out right to Walker.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now.
At their own 26-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Nix from the shotgun. Quickly into the hands of Mims.
Called a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A short throw to Ingram. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Broncos first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They'll go play action with Nix. He's got a man that's caught left sideline. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys run up the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. And
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Leonard Williams gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer in one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Nix to the air. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
To J.K. Dobbins. A gain of 9 brings up third down.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Throwing Nix. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Now Lutz for the field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. To throw is Nix. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
First down, Broncos.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. To throw, here's Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Operating from the gun, Nix. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Broncos on the move here a bit. Nice plays in succession back-to-back.
Broncos first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back to the 24. That one has set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down of the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Nix. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Gotta say, Charles, a little surprising to have a kick this short blocked. Usually that happens on the longer ones, but great job by the special teams to kind of sift through there and get a hand on it.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of football over time, partner, and you're right about it. Typically, the longer field goals start lower because they have so much more ground to cover to get to the post. And that's when you get a hand on it. These short ones, you're able to pop it up in the air pretty quickly. Normally, you get height. In this case, extra effort to block that one.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Here goes Sutton.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go Sutton.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here goes Sutton.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. And Walker once more.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
That's good.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Straight ahead, Walker.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
We go set.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Darnold. Flushed out right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ballgame. Now Myers for the extra point. And we've got a tie game here, back and forth first half. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go.
Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown and field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Operating from the gun, Nix.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Seahawks will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Looking to put a drive together. Off of play action, Darnold. Going up top for Cup.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Now it's Nix.
Under pressure, they got him again. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, third and long now.
Here's Nix.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Here's Horton.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Faking the give, Darnold.
Complete to Smith and Jigba.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here we go, set.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Looking to put a drive together.
They'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football, getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
And the Broncos 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. What a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Nix. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really should have a better game plan to start trying to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
Looking to put a drive together.
Hands it to Walker to begin the series.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They run again with Walker. And shutting through the tackle. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
77 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 15.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Here now, a 3rd and 20.
Darnold.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
And down he goes again. A bevy of sacks in less than a half. But this defense is still losing the game. They've got to fix something because there should be no excuse for losing with an effort like this on that side of the ball. They need to take advantage when their defense is generating this kind of pressure so early in the game.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Gonna need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And out now come the Seahawks. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Darnold now to throw.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now it's Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
At the 46-yard
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To throw is Darnold. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Nick Benito coming in there to record the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Even the most elusive quarterbacks have those tough days where they can't avoid sacks, and this is one of them. 3rd time he's gone down. He might develop some happy feet now, want to escape the pocket and try and gain more yardage with his legs.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And coming out now, the Broncos. Looking to put a drive together.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Call it a gain of a yard. And 3rd and 8 now. Back to throw. Nix targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
First down, Denver.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. Nix to throw again. On the slant, completes to Sutton.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Coaches talk all the time about the value of special teams, and we have seen it in this game, Charles. Not one block kick, but now 2 of them in this contest.
And always, 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 we talk about adjustments during a game. Offense and defense, series to series. Rarely do we talk about special teams. Someone didn't adjust from block 1 to block 2, and it really cost them.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 81 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Here we go, set.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Darnold, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw.
Outright to Smith and Jigba.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt.
Michael Dixon to punt for the Seahawks.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passing.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
The backup Stidham, his first throw. That is caught. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Out of the gun, Stidham. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Pulled out by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
After the interception, here's Darnold.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Operating from the 27 now. Here's second and 3. Now Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before the break, Darnold. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. It's been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Oh, a heck of a move. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better,
I think they'll try and help him out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now Stidham. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Now a 3rd and 6. To throw is Stidham. He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Play action. It's Darnold. They'll get this one to Cobb complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
3rd and 2.
Faking the give, Darnold.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Off of play action, Darnold. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
To the air again, Darnold. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. Second down.
At the 15-yard line.
Now 2nd and 5.
Back to throw, Darnold. It's caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Cooper Kupp with his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks have retaken a third-quarter lead.
So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 6-play drive.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out.
At their own 22-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now it's Stidham. And that is incomplete here.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away.
Yards, the tally on the return there.
And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
The home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Walker with another carry.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
The pressure that time right up the middle, and he was able to wiggle in there pretty easily and get the sack.
Yeah, sometimes you end up getting caught in a little bit of a breakdown about who to block up front. And that creates the gap there, and he took full advantage, got to the quarterback, and finished off the sack.
Stidham. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Leonard Williams in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Stidham.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Gets past 1 man. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Play fake, and it's Darnold. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here, or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Here you go, son.
Darnold.
the Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Now it's Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Darnold now to throw. And he's got Smith and Jigba. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's Darnold. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. Looking to put a drive together. On first and 10, it's Dobbins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 66 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Another run here with Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Stidham. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 50, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now inside the 25.
Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, 58 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I'm going to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go. No one downfield there to stop him.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
At their own 24-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
And here's a quick throw out to Mims.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage.
Stidham looking to escape, but he'll go down. They got him.
Jaron Reed able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
And nowhere to hide on that play.
No, there was not, because every exit door, that was surrounded. And I think that was supposed to be a bootleg, but he had no chance to get outside the pocket and try and make a play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Stidham to throw. Under pressure, and they get it to him again. And that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of him had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
Here's Horton. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. The home team's offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying, but nothing that they have done has worked so far.
Here's Darnold.
Smith and Jigba with the grab.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard.
We've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Now Darnold. To the sideline. That's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. It's a gain of a yard. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down.
They got a completion there. That's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
To throw is Darnold. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba.
And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Denver's offense now set to go.
Looking to put a drive together. Stidham now off the bootleg. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
That's the second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
They'll set up the screen. It's McLaughlin.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And he's able to get it out of there. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Shoves him aside.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense.
He's had a good 3rd quarter. He likes whatever adjustments were made at halftime, whether those were team adjustments or just him talking to himself.
And whatever that conversation was, it was pretty good because he is running really well here in the 3rd quarter. But I like to think it is a team adjustment. Offensive line, those big escorts of his, they figured out how to block a little bit better, and he's found those holes to run through.
He has indeed. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. The give is to McLaughlin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
13 yards. And the Broncos first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On the handoff, McLaughlin.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now they'll throw it with Stidham. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
Down the sideline he goes.
And finally wrestled down at the 11. A huge play there on the screen pass. 57 yards.
First down, Broncos.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line.
Now Stidham. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows.
Touchdown! Cortland Sutton from 4 yards out.
And the Broncos are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
When you give up a long touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out in the field charged up and ready to go.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here's Walker to start the drive. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd down.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this will be a Seahawks first down as they'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
5-yard gain on the play. The Seahawks first down.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Straight ahead, Walker.
Gets by him, and now they'll
a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That's good for a Seahawks. First and 10.
They're going right back to Walker. A solid stiff arm. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. He finds Smith and Jigma. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll look to throw here. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Cooper Kupp from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks have opened up a 2-touchdown lead in this fourth quarter. Point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Broncos are about set to go on offense. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
That's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Here's McLaughlin. Well, they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Now it's Stidham. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. Now, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll set up to throw. And complete to Smith and Jigma. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Looking to put a drive together. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now it's Stidham.
And this one complete again to Mims.
And he's up in it after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw is Stidham.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
That's good for a Seattle Seahawks.
Looking to throw.
He completes this to Walker.
Pushes past him. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down. At the Broncos 5-yard.
Throwing again is Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Darnold. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So the Broncos coming out now.
This game has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Stidham looking to escape, but he'll go down. They got him.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. DeMarcus Lawrence, his second sack of the night.
Here is third and quite a ways.
Stidham.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Here's Stidham. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Ellinger to throw.
And he's going to go down again.
Leonard Williams. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
But tell the statistician add another one to their impressive total today. Great week for the defensive front. A tough one for that offensive line. Quarterback getting right back behind that line, hoping for more time to attempt a likely third down pass.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Finding room at midfield.
And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to fourth down. They'll try and throw forward with Stidham.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. First and 10 inside the 30. On the ground, here's McLaughlin.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Stidham. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 14 yards there, and the Denver first down.
First down, Broncos.
Here's Stidham to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back. Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Third down and 13.
He'll drop to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back in the 20. offense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still got to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And he is just 1 reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this, you're trying to vary what you're doing, trying to change things up, hoping to fool him occasionally. If not fool him, fool the quarterback so that maybe he doesn't read the coverage correctly. Right now, though, they're in pretty good sync.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Shrugs him off. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
15 yards on the play. That's good for a Seahawks first down. First and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Walker. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
First and 10 at the 50-yard
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they can pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get it.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Desperation time. Here's Ellinger. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Broncos first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long.
Ran about the luxuriness of the highest metric. The city just made it sweet. We should diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the etiquette and LA yelling.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
2nd and 3. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
A carry from McLaughlin.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And it doesn't matter who carries it, apparently, as they'll drop him behind the line as well. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
Stidham looking to escape, but he'll go down. They got him. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. And the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Here's Darnold. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Now it's Darnold.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking a little
further down inside the 40. 3rd down and 1. To throw is Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. From the gun, here's Ellinger. Buying time to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
1st down, Broncos.
Working out of his shotgun is Ellinger. Finds his tight end Ingram. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Evan Ingram. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 40.
Here's Ellinger. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. 3rd and 12.
Loss of 8 yards. And it's starter.
Now Ellinger. Well, the O-line, they were out in front, ready to block there, but it's incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Going for it, here's Ellinger. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. To throw is Ellinger. That's taken in by Franklin. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2nd and 5. Again, he'll drop the throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Corner Cody Bryant coming in to make the sack.
Well, these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
On 4th down, Ellinger. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks will get the football back in outstanding field position. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. Over the middle, he finds Arroyo. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Back to throw, Darnold. That's taken in by Arroyo. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
At the 18-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Darnold. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Darnold now to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed.
An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Darnold. Flush to his right. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
22-yard line.
Ellinger to throw. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From the gun on 3rd down, Ellinger. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Broncos first down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Ellinger throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Nicky Manwari. And the Seahawks come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. The partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
Well, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.